If you are under the age of 18, the content of this video is not intended for you. Please stop watching now. Hey YouTube, it's Audrey, and I'm here to share with you what I've done for the July edition of the Craft Vault collaboration with Poetspice here on YouTube. This is a year-long collab that we do on the third Friday of every month. And the purpose of it is to use items in your stash that you have had for at least 6 months and have not used, or you haven't used it in 6 months. So I will have the links to everybody who's participating below, and I will get started. I will say that this time I struggled. I've been struggling with even wanting to craft in the last couple weeks for whatever reason. Now I've been cooking, but no crafting. No cleanup, no crafting. Needs to be doing both. Haven't been doing any. So I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do another card, although I did end up doing a card too. But anyway, here's what I used. I pulled out this old labels die from Spellbinders, and this is the largest one in the set, and I have not used that one in a long time. I pulled out these red dazzles. I went way back for the paper stack. This was one of the first couple paper stacks that I bought, solid color. This is the shimmer stack from Die Cuts with a View, and it is from 2009. So that was when I first started crafting. And then there's this one that I have used not even a whole sheet out of, but I used a piece of part of a page out of here, but I had not used this, I do not believe, at all. So this is the first time that I actually took some paper out of it. This is Walking in a Winter Wonderland by Me and My Big Ideas. And I know this one is pretty old, yep, 2013. And then finally, I used some of this gold cardstock. Now, I haven't used this particular one probably definitely over 6 months. And I'm really hating the way that it curled up. That made it difficult for what I was trying to use it for. So I'm going to have to sit it under something really heavy for a long while. And hopefully that will help. But I did get this sometime last year from Michael's. So what I did was I also pulled out my Cameo, which I haven't used in a while, and I wanted to do a 3D project. And since it's Christmas in July, I went with that thing. But whew, goodness, this is what I made. And I know you'll have a hard time seeing it, but it stands up. And it is not exactly how it's supposed to be. I'll have the file down below. It's called the Ornate Standing Christmas Tree. And it's actually supposed to have 4 legs instead of 3. And somehow when I got to the last one, I ended up, well, let me give you a little insight. I made an assumption about the file and didn't really look, because there weren't instructions. There wasn't a tutorial, because it should have been simple enough. But I was thinking that it would slit from top to bottom and you slide them in, because I have some decorations that are like that. And that's not how it goes. You glue it together side by side by side. Well, I added extra layers because I attempted to make the circles in gold to go over the green, because the whole piece is cut out in just the green cardstock. I was having trouble. It wouldn't let me erase the tree out of the design mode. Every time I do it, it would start saying processing, and then it would just add a blob in the center. So I don't know what that was about, because usually you could just erase the parts you don't want. So the circle is not exact, but it worked still. And so then I decided I was going to add paper in between once I realized that I was gluing them back to back, side to side. So I put paper, red paper in so you could see the presents that are cut out at the bottom. Well, somehow, I don't know, I was fine until the last one, and then I ended up gluing it on top of one. And then when I realized that the glue is dry, it's too late. It's like, oh well, it's gonna have to be 3. So there's a couple thick sections and then a thinner section. And I'm thinking about I was thinking about like maybe making them for staff and putting them on, their desk. And I might still do that. I mean, this one will be, my trial and error, and I will use it because it's still a cute little decoration. So anyway, I added dazzles. There are actually holes where the dazzles are. I covered those up with the dazzles to give it a little pizzazz, like their ornaments on the tree. Then I also added some of the dazzles in the center of the boxes for the bowls. So even though it was supposed to be a 4-sided project, it's a 3-sided project. So there you go. That's probably the best way to show it at this angle. So anyway, that was the first thing. And then I decided, after cutting them out 4 times, I was on removing like these 2, and then I looked at that and I said, you know what, you could probably use this. But I'm like, transfer paper that you use on vinyl is not gonna work. So what I did was I cut out one other one on a different mat, and it still I hadn't removed the paper yet, so around it. So what I did was I put glue all over these pieces here and glue around the edge of that paper and plopped a piece of white paper cardstock onto it, let it dry, and then just pulled it up. So I used that to make a card front, and then I just mounted it on that Me and My Big Idea sheet of paper because I wanted to keep the red green theme. I toyed with adding a little bit of gold around the edge, but I just went ahead and finished it at that point. So I was like, ooh, let me add something else to mess up. So I'm just not gonna, let's just go with this. So that's what I did, and I put the card front on the paper, use a corner chomper to round the corners, added some dazzles, and then on the inside there are the two top note rectangles from that die I showed you. So that's just the back, no sentiments yet, and that'll come at another day. So anyway, just to show, you sometimes struggle, but you still gotta make lemonade out of the lemons that you get. So I have a 3-sided piece and a basic card that I could use and add sentiments to later, and maybe, when Mojo is a little bit better, even add some more decorations to this or add some additional embellishments to perk up the card. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, all the other ladies who are in the collab will be listed below with the link. I'll also list the name of that silhouette file in case anybody is interested. So again, thank you, and hopefully when I come back, I will have more mojo and more motivation. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great and very blessed day. Bye-bye.